check it out. I got them. I got my childhood dream product shoes, the Epic Grindshoes. Back in the day, they were known as soaps. Now there's a new company out today called Epic Grindshoes, and they've designed a really cool shoe that you can grind with. When I was a kid, I always wanted shoes like these because the idea of them just sounded fun. Being able to run around in your normal shoes, but then grind stuff to be epic. Thing was, I never got them as a kid, even though I always wanted them. And now, today is the day my childhood dreams come true. And the coolest thing is, after 15 years of doing parkour, I think these types of shoes are actually an awesome integration for parkour specifically, because it just adds a whole new level, dimension, dynamic to the way you do parkour. So they sent me the Epic Stomper shoes. I've been able to train with them for the last couple of weeks, get a few clips, doing some fun stuff with them, incorporating them into some parkour tricking lines, and I'm just having a lot of fun with them. But I'm going to give you my review on these shoes specifically for parkour athletes and what I think of them. So first off, you got this solid, rugged shoe here. It's almost like a boot. It's got this high top, it's got some pretty thick soles. If you see the bottoms here, they got a nice flat surface on the toes and the heels. So if you are doing anything like wall runs or precision jumps, they got good grip and good landings. The things you want to be careful with when doing precision jumps though is that you actually have this slick grind plate here, which is great for grinding, not great if you land there trying to do a forward precision jump. So when doing precision jumps, you just want to make sure that you're very precise in landing on the balls of your feet so that you don't risk that slipping motion. But besides that, everything else, I've tried them and they work great for integrating into parkour lines. They are a heavier and thicker shoe than your average parkour shoe or running shoe, so that's something else to keep in mind, is that you're going to have a bit more weight on your feet, bit thicker soles, which what's helpful for that with grinding is it does create more support throughout your whole foot as you're grinding. If it's too minimalist and you're grinding on the arch of your foot, it might start hurting. Even with these, I can start, after a long day of doing grinds, I can start feeling a little bit of cramping there. So I can imagine if the shoe is more minimalist, you might feel that. But I also feel like you could develop the strength and conditioning for it over time. So I do hope they design a shoe that has a more minimalist profile. Not totally like a barefoot shoe, but just a little bit lighter, a little bit more low profile, so it's a bit easier to integrate into cool tricking lines and stuff. But even with these, I've been able to do flips in them, perform and do parkour in them, and I must say, it's just a lot of fun to just sit there and work on grinds, to try and grind something. The feeling when you lock onto a rail and start that slide and keep your balance and pop off, it's a very satisfying feeling. But my goal with these isn't to just grind with them. My goal is to, like I said earlier, add that dimension to my parkour lines that typically has been missing for a really long time in the parkour community. Not that it's needed, but it's an awesome dimension if you want to be able to have the ability to slide and grind in your parkour lines. I think it'll just add that extra level of coolness to parkour lines and fun. They're just a lot of fun to play with. My goal is to try and not just do a grind. My goal is to be able to integrate it into a parkour line, and especially on the landings, I want to be able to always like land in a cool combo out of the grind. So you can see me doing like cartwheel back fulls and scoots and things like that out of it. So that's my intention with these, is to just incorporate them into parkour lines, but also just have fun grinding stuff while I'm just wearing them out and about, walking around with my kids or going exploring through the city, whatever I might be doing. There's a cool handrail, I can grind it. I don't need to bring my skateboard with me or my rollerblades. I can just find fun ways to grind things with these shoes. Alright, so there you have it. That's my basic review of these shoes. I'd definitely check them out. I'll include a link in the description for you to check them out for yourself. But I think this is going to be a new thing in the parkour community. I already see a lot of parkour athletes picking these up, and they're just a great tool to integrate into parkour movement, and I'm really excited to see what parkour athletes do with them. I already see crazy things being done with them, and I'm excited to see where they go. I can already picture someone doing a side flip into a grind on these, which would be totally dope. It'd be like a side flip precision, but even sketchier because you're landing on a grind or a slide. I know that's gonna happen, and I'm excited to see it. So thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time.